Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-hosts, my sister Delphia,
What's up?
my brother Derek,
What's up?
and my friend Dan.
What's going on?
And this week, you guys, we have the Book of Boba Fett was just released on Disney Plus days ago, but we're going to talk about it and give our thoughts on the first episode of the series, where we think it's going to go, and what's Disney doing with the Star Wars franchise. We'll have to see. So of course, spoilers for it if you haven't seen it, but you've probably seen it by now.
I mean, nothing happened, right?
Not much happened in this episode. I generally give episodes ones a little bit of a pass as far as like, how much happens, because I don't think a lot happened in the first episode of Mandalorian.
Which is weird because Disney usually release like 2 episodes at a time, right?
That's true, yeah.
And they did not do that this time, but I felt like they should have.
Oh yeah, just to kind of get into gear with the show. But I do feel like Mandalorian, most episodes were standalone, and I feel like it's going to be the same here. Like, we're going to get, like, there's going to be an underlying story, obviously, but I think most episodes going to be kind of a standalone story.
Like a mission per week kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is that going to be the case? Because I felt like a lot of it had to do with whatever he was doing before he became the Godfather.
Yes. So let's talk about that. So the episode starts off with him. Well, actually, it starts off with a lot of stuff. We get a flashback to his father's fight with Obi-Wan on that water planet.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was just a water planet, but they showed the ship, and he was inside of the ship, and he saw his father fighting Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did that happen in a movie?
Yes. That happened in, I believe, Revenge of the Sith. Was it Revenge of the Sith or Attack of the Clones? Probably Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
The clones, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See, I thought that was him. So the water and the storm and stuff was his father fighting Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. Because, that's in the episode 2, the prequels.
Okay.
The worst of the prequels. I tried to watch Attack of the Clones when Disney Plus first came out. I was like, I'll do a binge watch of the Star Wars movies, and ooh boy,
okay.
that is a horrible movie.
All right, so I'm pretty sure I've never seen that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was him, but that's not him. That's about his
Have you ever
father.
seen that scene where Anakin was like, he killed all of them, and the women and the children too? You see that scene? It was in that movie.
Okay. All right. I got it. So that wasn't him. That was his father. He was fighting Obi-Wan. So what I was thinking was, so he is a villain.
Yeah, he was in the original movies. He was a villain.
Is he? I feel like he's kind of a villain now, right?
Yeah, technically, I think he's more of an anti-hero. I guess he's a mob boss now, but he's not like savage.
Really call him a villain. Yeah.
I'm sorry. When have mob bosses been non-villainous?
Mob bosses
She
always
has a
do
point.
things for a greater cause.
Do they?
Who calls but their own?
Man.
Whoa.
It's all about, the family, keeping the family together, making money so they can live. No, everybody got to make a living.
Look, I'm not
They
saying
just do it in a very rough way.
right. Look, I'm not saying I got anything against mob bosses, because look, I am down for like Godfather, the Goodfellas, and all of that.
Not that we're a part of any mob or
Disclaimer.
anything.
No, we
But
don't.
I mean, let's call it what it is. These people aren't really good.
No, they're technically not good. They will do some good sometimes, which is why I think they put them in the anti-hero category.
Mm-hmm.
But in the original movies, he was against the good guys. So
The Jedis.
yeah. Well, I mean, it was just Luke, but yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I've been saying this for a few weeks now. I think Disney need to go all in on their villains. If he's gonna be a villain, make him a villain. Why not? Why can't we have a show about a villain? A true villain. Not whatever Loki is.
Okay. All right. So, do you think we'll get that with this?
I don't know enough about him.
Because I mean, I don't know. Like you said, how do you make him a good guy if he's the mob boss?
Well, yeah, but then he already. I mean, even in this episode, he's already been nicer than he should be. Apparently.
Well, he's going on this type of philosophy, and I mean, we're not supposed to be a serious show, but but like, there's a philosophy with like Iron Man said it. Is it better to be feared or respected, right? And then he said, why not both? Now, Iron Man was joking, but there was a philosophy in the past where it was talking about the best type of rulers kind of do both whenever it's necessary for the situation. So you go with respect when it's necessary and fear when it's necessary.
True indeed. So I mean, I would like to see something like that. I would like if he's supposed to be a villain, and it's this guy who's running this city or whatever planet. I don't know. Then I want him to be that. Like I know he's supposed to take what Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt.
Place, and that guy was kind of mean and ruthless. So you don't have to be mean and ruthless, but I feel like if he's taking his place, then you are a villain, correct?
Yeah, technically. Well, I mean, plus his right hand person wants to kill everybody, so
He's an assassin.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
It'd
So
be interesting.
we talked about the opening scene that I completely
Yeah,
didn't
so Delphia here didn't get any of that. So, yeah, so we opened up with you had the water planet, it was a flashback, and then it moved forward to. Did they move forward to him in the Sarlacc pit? Was that the next
he
part?
was inside of an animal.
Okay.
Or-
Yeah. Inside of
Right. So you don't get that, but that's where he was last seen alive. So in Return of the Jedi, which is the last of the original movies.
That's the one with the furry people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's forget about them.
Okay.
When Leia was captured by Jabba and stuff, and Luke saved both Han and her, and they were throwing people into that sand pit
the
thing.
mouth?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he was there. He was fighting them, and he got knocked into the sand pit.
He was fighting Luke and Layla.
Yeah, and Han. Yeah.
I don't remember him in this movie.
I mean, he was in it. Well,
You gotta rewatch it.
No, Dan, we did just watch like Behind the Mask or whatever for this. Apparently, Boba Fett is like an extremely popular character, but he had a total of 6 minutes of screen time throughout all the movies.
Okay, see now that is where I was going with this, because I don't remember him, which is not saying much since I don't really enjoy these movies. But I don't remember him in the movie, and if he fell into the sand pit with the teeth, why does he have a show now?
He's popular.
But why?
You know, that is a good question because to be honest, now like his outfit and stuff is cool, and I had the jetpack. It's the 70s, right? So he's got a jetpack and a flamethrower and stuff. It's really cool, right? But man, he does not do anything good in the original movie. Like, he sucks. Like, he doesn't do anything menacing or good or anything. It just seems like he's bumbling about.
Okay, so
He's mysterious, man. I think that was the big part that they said. You know what I'm saying? When he came out, he wasn't that like people hadn't seen him before yet until he did that parade with Darth Vader.
Yeah, they introduced him at a parade.
Yeah, introduced him through a parade. So
in the movie,
everybody was just excited about him because
like a real life parade.
Oh,
yeah, real parade, real deal.
Okay. I was like, when
straight
was there a parade? Okay.
Yeah, it was back in the 70s. Like, we don't,
Okay.
So. But yeah, they went in this parade in actual movie costumes, like the same costumes they used in the filming. That's what they were in the parade in.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically where his popularity kind of started. I don't really know why. I guess it's to me it seemed like it was more of the mystery of like, who is this guy? They thought thought he looked cool. He had his armor on that was like, dented and dinged up, like he'd been through war or battle, and like people just, I guess, took to that for whatever reason. So it's kind of a mystery how he got popular, but he is popular.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, who is he for real? Like,
all right, so they did answer that backstory in the prequels because George Lucas wanted to do all that. So the most of the stormtroopers were clones, right? Of Jango Fett, which is Boba Fett's father. Boba Fett was the only clone that they made is a 100% copy of Jango Fett's DNA, and they grew him up from a child onward, unlike the other ones. So he had a full life. So that's who he is. That's it. He's just a clone of Jango Fett.
Who is Jango Fett, and why do we care?
He's just a bounty hunter that they made an entire clone army off of.
Fighting.
Why? I mean, was he like a super soldier, or like, why do we need 1,000 of this guy?
Well, see, now we're getting into some really deep stuff. He is a Mandalorian, and the Mandalorians are warrior sect of people.
Yeah, but does cloning someone make them a warrior?
I don't know. I guess maybe he was the
I mean,
best.
he
I don't
was
know. I don't want to watch
supposedly
Attack of the
be the
Clones
best.
again, so I'm not going to pretend to know.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think the thing was that they just needed. They basically wanted an army, so they cloned a bounty hunter. I mean, obviously, a bounty hunter has a certain set of skills, but I guess they figured if they make a clone from this bounty hunter, they get a pretty decent army.
Except
Obviously,
for
the
none
stormtroopers
of
were
them could aim for anything.
The stormtroopers were trash, but maybe that was the general idea.
Stormtroopers are absolute trash.
Okay. All right. Okay. So he was in Return of the Jedi.
Boba Fett?
Yes.
Yes. He was also in Empire Strikes Back. He was introducing Empire Strikes Back.
Doing what?
He was trying to kill Luke when he was in the snow, wasn't he?
No. Darth Vader had him. That's when they're on the Cloud Planet.
Is that when he got his arm chopped off?
Who got his arm chopped?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was supposed to hunt him down, I think, and Darth Vader told him not to disintegrate anyone. And so here's the thing. Because it's like you have this line where there's like, oh, no disintegrations. And it's supposed to be like, oh, man, wait, you can disintegrate people. But he never does that.
Maybe he just has a...
We didn't see that until Mandalorian, when the Mandalorian used the disintegration gun.
They probably didn't know how to do it in the 70s. Like, they wanted to do it, and they was like, oh, we don't have the technology for this.
Okay.
And just...
Yeah,
That's why we
possible.
never see it.
I mean, to be honest, if I were to compare the two, and I'm going to make a bunch of Star Wars fans angry.
Okay.
But if I were to compare, I forget his actual name, but the Mandalorian and Boba Fett, I'm sorry, like the Mandalorian is much better.
Well, you haven't even seen Boba Fett yet, though.
Compared to his screen time, the Mandalorian is much better.
Okay. I have no thoughts. I don't know.
Also, in this episode, Boba got his butt kicked.
He did. I had some other thoughts about that too, but
I was like, man, if he wants people to fear him, he's gonna need to not get his butt kicked.
true.
He better not
Okay,
fuck him up.
so we could talk about his fight later. So he's not inside the sand with the teeth anymore,
Yeah, he crawls out.
and then the people with the weird mask kidnaps him.
The Tusken Raiders, Sand people.
That guys are weird.
We said we gotta greet each other like that now.
No,
Hey, we gotta make
Yeah,
sure
we're
we
on
hold
YouTube.
sticks so we can like shake it above our head. Yeah, he got captured by sand people. Okay.
right. He got to capture it, and that was basically
That was it for the episode. Surprisingly, it's not much. I guess they're just trying to tell us what happened between now and then. Like, between when he was last seen in the Star Wars movies till now. Like, what was his story?
I guess we
right there.
need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now
They had to show him in the pit because the question is, like, okay, how did he survive
Yeah,
that?
how
You
did
know?
he- how
And
did
so
he
now we
survive
have
that?
an answer.
why is he not dead?
They didn't digest him fast enough.
Well, his armor is made out of the stuff that we found out. Beskar. It was mentioned in The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine that, like, it's harder to eat through it.
Okay. All right, fair enough. So what happened to Jabba the Hutt?
Leia killed him. Yeah,
She choked him
to death.
out on Return
Oh.
of the Jedi.
Remember?
Right,
He was a great boy.
Right. I forgot. You are correct.
Mhm.
So
And these shows aren't happening much later than the last Star Wars movie.
okay, Right. All right. So you answered. I was gonna say, like, how long after this? So this is probably a few months later. Then.
Yeah, it's after Luke defeated the Emperor. These shows take place after Luke defeated the Emperor.
But before
the new ones. Okay. We're not even going to talk about the new ones. Just
okay.
Leave them.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So apparently, some assassins came after him.
Yeah.
And there was the world's slowest fight scene.
Yeah, it was.
Was it slower than some of the fights in Hawkeye?
It was slower than Hawkeye.
Okay.
I think it was slower than Hawkeye. Really? And it really got me wondering. I'm guessing this is the original person that played.
Not in the 70s, but he's the one that played. He played Jango Fett in the prequels. And if he's a clone of Jango Fett, then Boba Fett will look exactly the same.
Did we need that? Because I'm wondering, please excuse me, would we have benefited from a younger person?
I don't. Well, is Boba Fett young? I don't think he's young now.
I don't know, but I mean, when Grandpa's moving in slow motion, maybe we need a younger person.
Well, I mean, you have stunt doubles and stuff. I don't think it matters.
He didn't have his helmet on.
Oh.
You can still do that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
they did
a look-alike.
He had a good fight scene in The Mandalorian. So maybe it was just a choreography for this particular fight scene. Because in The Mandalorian, I remember his fight scene being pretty good.
Okay, I didn't finish The Mandalorian, so.
Yeah, it was season 2.
I only watched the episodes you guys required me to watch.
No. Okay. Mandalorian's good. It's a Western. It's a space Western.
Yeah, it really is.
Was good. Yeah.
Mandalorian's
It doesn't make you think of Star Wars at all.
No, which is one thing I enjoy about these shows. Even with Boba, even this one, even though you need some background to Boba Fett, it's still not like, it's not, Star Wars, this is the Force and we have a lightsaber, blah, 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 good, evil type of deal. Like, it's life in this world outside of what we've seen in the movies, which I think is actually more interesting than what we've been getting.
I would agree on that. Maybe I will finish The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Maybe.
You should.
We could do a first time watching series.
Yeah, man, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay. We already had Avatar on hold, so.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I didn't like the core. I mean, I don't know. I just felt like it was a little too slow. I don't know. They were like moving in slow motion for me. For his fight scenes. I do have a question. When he was fighting the monster with the arms, this was in his flashback, I guess. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. After that big old thing punch him in the face, does he get up from that? Because the suction cup alien was like done for.
Yeah.
Yet this dude got up from that and then managed to choke him out, which I was like, I don't know about that.
Also, he was dehydrated.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I would say no, but that happens in every show and movie.
Yeah.
It's like the hero is somehow alive. You're like, come on. No, they died. Also, I've never seen a monster like that before, so I was like, huh.
It's very interesting. I found that scene. Yeah. I found that scene.
Oh, yeah, it's a Machamp. My bad.
It's a Machamp.
A Machamp.
The Pokemon with 4 arms.
Oh. I don't know what that is.
That's one of the original ones.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. With 4 arms?
Yeah. You remember Machamp?
No.
The karate Pokemon?
Machoke?
The karate thing?
Yeah, Machamp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right.
You had like a cart. It's like holding up a boulder.
Yes, I remember. But I was thinking of the rock thing. Was it Geo?
That's Geodude.
Oh,
yeah.
Geodude.
Yeah.
Geodude and Golem.
Oh, you did have a Geodude toy. Wow. Yeah.
Did it float?
Nah, man.
I wish.
Man.
It got to the point where it was like holding up the wire to our PlayStation that had a short in it.
Oh yeah, we like attached it to the back and it was holding the cords to stop the short.
Wow.
Geodude, very useful.
Yeah. Okay, so then I just have a weird question about these water bottles buried in the sand. Mm-hmm. Why are there water bottles buried in the sand? Is this a natural element or something? Okay. Why is there not actual water buried?
Okay, so
keep them cool.
Yeah, keeping them cool. Probably so they don't evaporate as quickly. This is the planet that Luke grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke's aunt and uncle were moisture farmers. They farm moisture, probably out of the air, I'm guessing. And they don't explain this, but it would make sense that what they went to was someone's farm, and that's why there would be bottles buried under the sand.
Okay. I'm glad there was an answer to that.
See?
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I'm guessing it's not explained, but in the context of the universe, that makes sense.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So, I mean, overall, I felt this was kind of boring.
I figured you would.
I mean, it's not the top of my episode list of things I've seen, but I think I held a little bit more interest because it was explaining things that happened in between, but not a lot happened in this episode. Like, not much happened at all.
Right. And I personally do not like the fact that I needed previous knowledge about something that I did not have.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't think it's
mean-
going to be that important for the rest of the show.
I would hope not.
Yeah,
Because-
I mean, I think they had to explain, like, okay, why this dude is still here.
But,
They definitely
Sense.
needed to explain it.
but you're talking about a movie
Yeah.
that came out in 1970. So, like, 50 years ago. And
Yeah,
they're
but
like-
you have a show about that character, though.
And Star Wars is a bit different. I get what you're going with that, but it's a bit different. We watched it. We knew the movies. And we are of the general consensus that they're better than the prequels and the stuff that just recently came out.
Okay.
And we grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Would you think that it would not have benefited from showing the clip from the 70s movie of him falling in? Like, if they would have showed me that, then I'd have been, oh, okay. Then I'm, like, on board. But now I'm like, what's happening?
That's true. They could have shown that. Also, the water planet, they didn't really show what was going on. They just showed the ship. Like, and if you didn't watch the movie, you don't know what's going on. So,
Right. Like, it that was, to me, I thought was not significant. And honestly, until you brought it up, I forgot that that's how it opened. Because honestly, when I saw it, it reminded me of the Jetsons. Because, you know, they live in, like, the elevated buildings.
yeah.
And I was watching Harvey Birdman, and they were saying the Jetsons lived there because the earth was flooded. And so that's why their buildings were so high.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
But that's what it made me think of, because I had nothing else to reference it to.
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe you could do a better job, because I saw that and I'm thinking about something that's irrelevant to the show.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, though. Like, if they showed, like, some of the clips of what was happening, maybe it would be easier to understand for some of the people who haven't watched those movies. And there are people that haven't watched those movies that would have Disney Plus and probably would stop and check this show out or something. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I guess my one last thing is Ming-Na. Who is she?
She's just an assassin. She was introduced in The Mandalorian.
And so why does she work with him now?
He saved her life.
Oh, that's all it takes.
She decided to stick with him.
Okay. And so The Mandalorian takes place immediately after the first 3 movies?
Close to, like, yeah. It might be a few months or so after, but yeah.
All right. So now I have another question. Don't hate me.
Oh, you do. Go ahead.
I know you do. Who is Billy D. Williams in the Star Wars movies?
Lando Calrissian.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
Lando.
He's
Yeah,
Han
Lando.
Solo's friend.
that's it.
Yeah, it's just like another
Yeah.
person he spent time with Han Solo when he was doing his, stealing and stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
Because no lie, I was getting him and Boba Fett mixed up, and I was like, well, that's not Billy D. Williams, so I don't know who's who.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Ooh, wow. Hmm.
Mm.
Ooh,
She's
that's
making
bad.
a lot of Star Wars fans.
That
mad
is
tonight.
bad. That's really
Well, when you
bad.
said Boba Fett, that is who I was picturing in my head. I was like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, but this guy is definitely not him.
So get some sour comments on this deal.
So then I was like, well, then who is Billy D. Williams? So he's just a guy.
I mean, yeah, if you want to put it that way, he's another proper character though.
I really liked him, but you're saying he's not in the movies a lot?
Who, Billy D. Williams?
Yeah.
He was in the same as Boba Fett. He was in
Empire Strikes Back,
and Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
He actually isn't he the one that blew up the second Death Star in Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one flying the Millennium Falcon. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I don't remember that.
Because Han and Leia was on the
weird
planet.
alien thing.
With the fuzzy people.
Yeah.
I do not like those fuzzy people.
The Ewoks.
Actually, I hate every part of the movie that they're in, which is like most of the movie, and I dislike it.
Most people don't like that, so it's fine.
Okay.
Like galactic bears.
Yeah, they're teddy bears.
I don't like it.
No, who do we say we didn't like? The Jawas? Oh my god.
The first little ones that stole the thing that you only see the
like my dude's dying. They're like, man, let's just steal his stuff. I'm like, man, they're the worst. Like, man.
Come on, man.
Like, take his armor.
Like, for real, y'all. That's all they do. They just steal stuff. Like, yeah. Like galactic crackheads.
Galactic crackhead. And they kind of are.
They act like it.
They kind of are.
They act like it.
Don't they? I think that's accurate.
So even though not much happened in this episode, I guess knowing the past of Boba Fett and kind of getting some answers, I do want to know where they go. Plus, it seems like it's going to be kind of a mob show. I hope they go that route, much like The Mandalorian was the Western. I hope they go that route. Like, hey, this is kind of, this genre.
So you want The Sopranos?
Star Wars Sopranos? I'm good. That sounds cool.
Okay. That would be interesting.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, you could do all these things.
I can't see a reason
mix some aliens in there, and all of a sudden it's sci-fi.
Mm-hmm. Just whack some aliens.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do want to see where the show goes. I don't know how many episodes it is.
Probably like 6 or 8. That's kind of their wheelhouse, right?
Okay. I don't know. I feel like The Mandalorian was longer than that.
Mandalorian was 10, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Jon Favreau did this one again. And Ludwig Göransson. That guy, he composed the theme again. You know who I'm talking about.
Wow.
Yeah. He composed the theme.
The theme didn't really, I was waiting for a really.
Yeah.
And it wasn't it.
It's not as good as The Mandalorian.
It's definitely not as good as Mandalorian.
And that's what I was hoping for. And then I was disappointed when I didn't get it.
But I do like the little, vocals they have in it. I think that's pretty cool.
Something like that.
Is that how it goes? I thought it was something going,
like
hey.
That.
Like.
Yeah, that kind of sound like they're going, hey.
It will be 7 episodes.
7 episodes? Okay. Oh, so it's got to pick up then.
I would hope. I hope it don't run into what Hawkeye ran into.
True.
It's going to pick up.
Got that one extra episode, so maybe that was for episode 1. But I feel like they're going to be flashing back to his time with the Tusken Raiders throughout the series. Mm-hmm. Just hope it doesn't take up whole episodes.
Honestly, it would have been better if the first episode was just
the flashback.
Like, why not?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that would have been fine because everyone knows that okay, this is the story of how we got to where we are at the end of Mandalorian season 2.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, and then another question. I know some of this might be because the 70s. But the little flippy down thing, is that some sort of radar thing, right? To help him aim or whatever?
Yeah.
Why can't that just be built into his helmet screen?
I don't know.
I just think that's so dumb. What if it breaks or something? You got this little antenna thing.
Honestly, I don't think does the Mandalorian, does he have one of those? I don't think he does.
I thought he used it in one of the episodes.
That flips down? He
yeah.
does? Oh, okay.
Uh huh.
I feel like I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, can't we have this built in?
I think he used it when he was on that speedster thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so how come he can't have a HUD in his helmet?
I don't know. Maybe there's a bunch of other stuff in there. I don't know.
That was just
Maybe the
what I
helmet
was
is just
wondering.
used to protect him.
Protect him how?
No, it's got to be something in that helmet because you can't see through that little T visor they got.
He's like, what's that dude
Yeah,
from
he
Star
definitely
Trek? Jordy.
Yo.
You need some kind of targeting system.
Yeah, but why is that not built into his helmet?
It was the 70s.
Okay, but time has moved on.
Well, yeah, but you can't like
Why not?
move it because this is taking place right after the 70s.
So just have a montage of him improving the helmet.
I don't think it's necessary. It's fine.
It's necessary.
The flippy downy thingy is fine.
It is not necessary.
It is. And I just saw that and I'm like, that's dumb. But okay. I guess I'm the only one who thinks this.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you're by yourself on this one.
No. Just someone out here agrees with me.
Yeah. Oh, you think they're going to explain the dent in his helmet?
Why is that important?
I don't know. Because he's always had a dent in his helmet. I mean, none of us
Part
know
of the
why.
design.
Yeah.
Even in the movies?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they gotta go back further if they're gonna explain that.
That's true.
Maybe he got hit with a rocket or something. Or maybe the stormtrooper actually hit something.
Oh, he got hit by an actual stormtrooper. That's gotta be weird, because aren't they technically his clones too?
I guess, sure.
Maybe they did it on mistake because they're idiots.
Right? Oh, we actually hit him.
Like, oh no, my bad. Then he probably killed him.
Well, except for the stormtroopers in The Mandalorian season 1, like, they could aim.
They did have better aim. I wonder what that was about.
I think we're not in the 70s anymore.
Oh, okay. True. And then all the Jedi don't have, like, actual armor on. Yeah. So you gotta have them be missed rather than shot. So
yeah, because if Luke gets shot, I mean, I guess that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, there you go. Yeah. I feel like before we end, I think hopefully Disney kind of gets like a clue with this, and they continue Star Wars as TV shows rather than the movies they were doing, because they failed so hard.
Wow, that was harsh. What do we even need movies anymore?
No.
Have they accomplished what they're going to accomplish? Are the Jedi's now in charge of whatever?
No, Jedi's aren't in charge.
They lost again.
I don't remember how
they won.
Last one. They won last time.
Well, it's not over. They won.
I guess it's
one
over.
Jedi.
And now they take over the planet or whatever they're fighting for.
And Rey is taking the last name Skywalker. Look, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. It's weird. It makes no sense, and no one cares. So this is actually more interesting, and this is why it takes place after the original movies and not after the sequel, because that is just...
That cartoon they had, did that take place after the original movies or before the original movies?
Which one? Rogue Squadron or something like that?
No. The cartoon in the 2000s.
The cartoon
thousands.
Hold on.
It's before.
That's after the prequels.
That's after the prequels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it takes place before the original movie.
Actually, not after the prequels. It's in between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, because it's like talking about Anakin.
Yeah. You're right. I forgot about that.
Before he's Darth Vader.
Okay. I brought that up for a reason, but now I don't remember. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, which those stories were still more interesting. Although people like the cartoon. I've watched some of it. It's okay. I don't know. I don't have time to watch all of that. So.
I tried. I was all the way out.
It wasn't bad to me. I didn't think it was bad. It's just...
I don't think I finished the first episode.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, cool. So that was us explaining the first episode of Boba Fett to Delphia. Do you want us to explain more? I think we should do first time reacting because we're gonna have to explain everything to her.
Because basically, she didn't understand nothing.
I didn't.
She's like, so what's the lightsaber?
Okay, I'm not
Right.
that much of a.
How does that even work?
What's a T fighter?
So they're in space?
I mean, we were in a Lego store and Colton was like, "Oh, what's that? It's a spaceship." I was like, "Yeah, it's the Millennium Falcon." We're definitely not getting that.
I was like, you bought him the Millennium Falcon?
You kidding me?
Oh, okay. I was
No.
like, whoa. All right.
No, if I had that, he would never touch it. And it's not even because like, oh, I'm a big Star Wars fan. First of all, that costs way too much money. You're not losing any of those pieces, and it will stay as the Millennium Falcon forever. It is not to be played with.
You gonna glue the pieces together?
It costs hundreds of dollars. You gonna play with it?
Got to.
Going in a display case. Like, yes, I spent money on this. No, he gets a small. You can get a small Lego Millennium Falcon to play with.
Oh, really? Is that a thing?
I think so. Yeah.
Did you give him the $5 box? Or the box is not
No,
$5
actually, we didn't
somewhere?
get anything because like the shelves in the Lego store was empty.
Oh, Christmas.
Yeah, I was like, wow, there is nothing in here. I'm like, sorry, son.
You could have him a keychain.
Nah, he's good. You don't need no more toys.
Says the guy who walked his son into the Lego store.
Well, because his mom works next to the Lego store, so I can't go visit her without passing the Lego store.
Sure you can. You take that loop around.
Why didn't you
No,
just say
he knows because we drove up to the mall and he was like, "Oh, there's a place that has the Lego store and the candy store," and I'm like, "Yes, it is." I guess we're going there.
That's a good memory.
He does.
Yeah, I don't know why he
I
has
wish
such a
he
good
didn't.
memory. I know. I wish he didn't. He remembers everything. All right. But with that being said, guys, what did you think about the Book of Boba Fett episode 1? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and leave a like on the video. If you're listening to this in podcast form, make sure you leave a rating and a review. And as always, thank you so much for watching and listening. Peace out.